to what could possibly be the first annual Alive Tuning open day. So I'm running the dyno all day. Just seeing Will walking out there. Will's on mapping. We've got tours around the workshop. We've got products on display. And it's a meet and greet and a bit of a social event. And like I say, if you want to come and run your car on the dyno at a discounted rate, we can do that as well. Bit of a dyno shootout as well. So I'm excited about that today. We've got all sorts coming in. I think the first car this morning is actually not a Land Rover. It's a VW Polo. So it's a Polo race car. It's a car that we've seen in the past. Just right out there. So customer there is keen to see how much power his vehicle's making. It's got a new ECU on it. So let's get on with today, and let's see how it pans out. So stick with us. Alright, so first car of the day is Warren's little Polo, and he runs it in the 750 Motor Club. And Class C hot hatch car. Nice little build, this one. So he's had a Haltech Elite ECU fitted to it, and he's just taking the opportunity today to jump in on the open day just to get a power test, because obviously our dyno is on the club register for the 750 MC. So next one up, just here working with Will, right Will? Yeah. So right, next one is Mitchell's Td5. So this one is like a stage 3. So Alive Ultimate intercooler, silicone hoses and a sports exhaust, and then mapping to suit, which is about to find out what power this one will make. So I don't know if I heard right, I think Mitchell's granddad used to own this from new, so been passed down through the family. If that's true, nice, very nice. So do a couple of runs in this one. All right, let's go. It's a strong one. So hit the target boost, 1.35, 1.4 bar, lovely. Very nice. And 425 Newton meters, so yeah, she's a pretty good one. I don't know if that's a 10p as well, I'll have to have a look at that. Nicely done that. So yeah, confirmation on that one. His granddad passed that on to him, and his granddad owned it from 14 miles from new. So someone bought it, didn't like it, his granddad bought it. So lovely little story that. What's next? So we've got quite a few people outside already. Shop open as well today outside. Yeah, mate. So what we've got inside the shop? Currently, me. So yeah, not a great deal in here, but just somewhere for customers to stand and discuss discussions. So yeah, picking up already. It's about 10 o'clock-ish, something like that. 2 cars on the dyno already. I think Will's on his 2nd or 3rd mapping. Our 90's out on display as well. 320 horsepower. Quite the thing. Of course, Des. If you follow the channel, you'll know Des very well. And then some sponsor cars as well, some competition cars. So you can see our logos on the car. Feature on this one, tuning, proper mapping versus tuning box as well on our YouTube channel. Good video, that one. And oh, Muddy Mods have arrived. I've just been gifted an air freshener. If you watch the video for the Freelander, you'll see the reference to the air filter, air freshener. Right then. It was a bit of a silly moment, that. So yeah, do watch the Freelander tuning versus tuning box video on YouTube. Air fresheners. Gifts, obviously appreciated that. What's next? This is Warren's Polo that we saw on the dyno this morning. So we've, in a fashion, been involved a little bit with dyno work with Warren since sort of day one. I think this is Warren's, this is your first race car, isn't it, Warren? Yeah. So yeah, looking well presented. And then there's one that, do we feature this one on the channel? This is one that's come in, suspension. Did we do a clutch? Christ. I'm not sure if we did a clutch on that one. No, we didn't do a clutch. So this one at some point will be having a bulkhead with us as well. Yeah, customers just asked, is this a full rebuild? Yeah, in a one-worded response, yeah, it is. It's one that we've done. We've built it from the ground up, basically, stripped it right down to the chassis, and we've done everything that you can see to it. Obviously, new nuts and bolts everywhere, all new braking components, suspension components, everything that we sort of sell from the chassis side of things. So, like Super Pro bushes have been done, and the Fox dampers are a bit sort of outdated. We do our own sort of dampers now. Bilstein manufacture our dampers with our sort of our valving rates and everything on it. But yeah, this is one that we'll actually be selling. So it's just having its wheels done at the minute, which has been quite handy because it means that people can look at it and admire the chassis and how clean it is, because it is quite well turned out. So there's paintwork yet to be finished on it because obviously the car's been in build for about sort of 3 years. and what that's meant is that bits have been knocked and stuff like that throughout the sort of build process. I mean, what does it look like inside? Not too bad. Yeah. Right, next one, Muddy Mods Freelander 1 manual. No, need to go back. How good is the handbrake? Not too bad. Right, so this next job is Muddy Mods Freelander 1. So I've just got the spec from the owner. And yeah, it's got the Muddy Mods intake on it. It's got Sport Cat on it. Got an uprated intercooler on it as well. And it's got a remap from another tuner on it as well. So we're going to see today, can we beat another tuner with our mapping? So yeah, put us on the spot, thank you. Yeah, anyway. Right. Feels quite peppy, this one actually. What the current remap will do, I don't know, but we'll find out. Here we go. First, second, third, fourth, and full throttle in fourth. Starting to pull. A bit of a smoke from the exhaust. So looking at the power at the wheels, I don't think that's made much more than stock. So, 120. Well, 118.7, so, and 277 Newton meters. So, it looks all right on the curve. I mean, to say that's a remap, that's pretty weak. Right, so, 118 brake. Not badly delivered or anything like that. But we're about to see if we can do better than that, power and torque. So, power is the top one, 118, torque 277. That's in Newton meters. Let's do a remap. Let's do what we do. Right then, so that is the remap flashed on here, and we'll see what she's got. So this day is turning out, excuse me, is turning out to be quite popular. Definitely a lot more power at the expense of some smoke. We did have a chat with the owner of this one. Doesn't mind a tiny bit, but we'll see. See how that one fares on the road. The thing is with tuning and looking at smoke in the dyno cell, you don't have that airflow around the vehicle that you would get on the road. So what we just saw then might actually not be visible on the road. So 139.5 horsepower, so, and 326 Newton meters, so that's a good result. So you can obviously see 139 to 326. and you've got the orange, obviously, torque. If you're a fan of the channel, if you watch the channel, you'll know, but if you don't, if you're new, welcome. Torque, before and after. Again, this isn't standard, this is remapped. This is the previous tuner work versus our work, and then the engine power as well. You can see at the top where we start to limit things a bit, not push them too hard at the top. Yeah, just all around, much better. So yeah, remapped by someone that understands the Freelander one. Okay, right. This one, I've seen this one on the dyno before here at Alive. It's before we did YouTube, okay? So this one, look what it's got on it. Yep. It's not a standard turbo, so it's got a Fabrication Mafia manifold on it and a 2260 hybrid, I think. Anyway, we're going to run it exactly as it is, and then we're going to turn it up, okay? So it's a really nice looking truck, this one. I said it the last time I saw it. Beautiful. Lovely paint on it. Havana paint. Nice wheel set on it. It's got, as well, big LOF brakes on it. Nice to see. Look cool behind those wheels. So, notice that there's a lot of people that suddenly gathered around the dyno cell for when I test this one. So I remember what it made on the dyno before. Hopefully it can repeat that. And then Gary's going to turn up the mapping. So see if we can get the 3 something on the dyno. So hold tight. Found it. Now we can plug in, check health of the vehicle, make sure everything's working properly. And then when we do a power test, we can log data. Important. If you're tuning and you're not looking at data, who are you? So just having a look at the turbo. Yeah, the name 2260 VK thrown around a lot, but I reckon this is a hybrid. It's not a standard one. The Fabrication Mafia manifold, so not myself 100% sure if it's the kit dark side cell, but Mafia, the manifold from Fabrication Mafia, it certainly is. So interesting intake on it as well, one of our hoses. It's a Td5 elbow boost hose. Put to good use. We do actually do a reinforced Samco elbow if you want one. Find them on the shop. As well as the rest of the boost hoses that we do. Rated map sensors and induction cones. Lovely colour, this one. I almost didn't recognise it when it was outside, just because it looked a different colour outside to what it does inside. So I'm just going to plug in with a power flash, get some data, just check it, scan it. This one pushes some respectable numbers, this one. Last time we see it, like I said. Don't know if I actually mentioned the figure. Do I mention the figure now, or do I leave it as a surprise? I might. Just tell you. So, right, this made 287. I think 287 when I last saw it. So, we're going to go for 300 and something. So just boot it up, power flash up, and just have a look at the diagnostic side of things, look for codes. Right, so I think this is the moment that a lot of people that are here today have been waiting for. Is this going to make its claim 287 horsepower? Let's find out. Here we go.
That is strong. Then there's a smell of diesel in the air. Let's see what she makes. That's going to be 280 plus. 289. Woo! Right, who says we don't back up what we say on the internet and go eat your words? You want to watch us make some more? Here it comes. The purpose of vlog 301. So yeah, 301.9. It looks like about 10 men trying to diagnose one car here. Really? What's happened to that? Is she a bit damp?
I would say so.
Oh yeah, it's mildly moist.
Mildly moist?
Yeah, I think it wants seals. Okay, so right, next up we've got Muddy Mods is Evoque. And this is just a simple power test to see how she's doing. So I do need to change a few settings on the dyno. So just looking at the settings on the dyno at the minute, 4-wheel drive. We will use a 300 horsepower scale because this should be just over 200 maybe. Sat outside for a while, so we'll need to get some temperature into this one. Tyres are really noisy. We won't look it, but that was just 90 miles an hour. I was just working the gearbox a little bit as well, just to put some oil temperature in the gearbox as well as the engine. Third. Fourth. Feels a bit weird revving an Evoque round to 6.5. Jack's new to Alive Tuning, member of staff, he's JC's lad. So yeah, Jack does parcels, stock management, a little bit of invoicing. Right, so what is next? Well, this is Adam's D2, and I think it runs in the stock, what they call a stock class, even though, I mean, to me, to my slightly untrained eye, it doesn't look stock to me. Look at it. Jesus. Wow. So, I can get my finger in it. A few holes here. So, my first question was, how muddy is it? And he says it's clean. So it looks clean, but this is one of them. This is going to vibrate and it's going to poop all over the dyno, I think. So, Adam Borrell, if you follow him on any of the socials. This was actually featured on our last DES video, I think at the end of the video. So, a chunky well cage in there, which attaches to the seat rail, so cool, nicely done. Heavy duty stuff. Very nice. So yes, and mud. And all the mud. And if you don't know me, I don't do mud. Do not do mud. I like tarmac. So yeah, definitely an interesting one. So this is obviously a live tune, if you couldn't tell by all the stickers on it. We do take care of the tuning on this one. And so it's, let's say, a free-flowing exhaust, a hybrid turbo, a bigger intercooler, and a live mapping. So this one has never been on the dyno, and we're about to see what it makes. So yeah, I believe, I've been told it might be under boosting because they've made some adjustments and I might need to set it up, but we'll see. So I'll get in it, I'll try and find an OBD port, and so we can have a look at some data. And I reckon this is going to be a noisy one. Alright, not a bad result really, 185, very, very smoky, and it is a 10p, and you can almost put your money on it, it's a 10p given the torque curve. Typical. So, very smoky that one. I don't think we'll run that one again. Oh, 190, sorry, I put the drag rhythm on there, down in the 5, so yeah. Yeah, how much oil did that one leave on the dyno? Yeah, it did. So, where are we? We've got power steering fluid, engine oil, gearbox oil, but a bit of water, a bit of moisture. Sorry, the gimbal's freaking out a little bit on that. Here we go. But, to my surprise, come on camera, no mud. And I mean, I was laid underneath that one, strapping up, and it's got a layer of stuff underneath it. And I thought, but anyway, yeah, well, that's that one done anyway. So, did we show the figure or not? 190 and 429, so 190 horsepower and 429 Newton meters. And textbook curves, really, for a D2, but very, very rich. So I think Adam's going to go and swap out some injectors, or an injector. We're suspect of one injector on that. So yeah, not quite hitting the boost target as well. So it would have cleaned up a bit if it was making the boost target, but not enough for us to. I don't like running cars that smoky. It's not good. Not good for anyone. So on to the next one. Yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea with it being a Saxo, but it is. Yeah, I mean, forged pistons, rods, cat cams, valve train, BE gearbox conversion, Rotrex C3094, DTA, T8 plus ECU, Alisport rad, and cooler. And then, Yeah, lots of, yeah, it's got 2 oil coolers on it. One's for the supercharger, one is for the engine. People always ask why there's 2. It's quite a trick oil catch tank setup. Yes, it is, yeah, it runs its own traction fluid, so the reservoir for that is there. So inside that little thing is that is actually a supercharger. It looks like an alternator, it's not. It's in there is a gearbox, an oil pump, a lot of bearings, like a clutch, shaft, a compressor wheel. There's so much magic inside there, and that is giving that, well, I mean, there's head work and cams and stuff, but that is helping this car have 200 horsepower over standard. So yeah, I mean, they're only 118 horsepower and it makes 325. Yeah, so it's come a long way from where it was, you know, when it was originally. And over winter, with some plans to make some more, with some fancy little bits and pieces. Not try, we will. It'll be closer to the 400 horsepower mark than as now it's closer to the sort of 300, top end of 300 something.
How such a little engine?
We're going to get the engine breathing a bit better. So we can very easily add more boost with either a larger charger or a different pulley, but we're going to get the engine to just flow better with bigger valves and a couple of other silly little bits and pieces. So we're going to get rid of some of the hydraulics that's in the cylinder head. So we're going to go to solid lifters. Right. So we can just, at the minute, we'll limit the engine at 7.8. We're going to then limit to about 8.5. It should. Yeah. We could just be able to rev it to the moon because it makes power all the way to the limiter, and it will make it way past it if we just lift the limiter up a couple of 100 RPM. But I didn't go past 7.8 on hydraulics. So some people take them to 8, but the thing is with a car with an engine as strong as this one, as powerful as this one, it's very easy to get an over rev. So yeah, with a bit of wheel spin, it will. The logger does sometimes show 8,000, so that's why we keep it down a little bit, just to keep it held together. It's a cool little car. It didn't happen overnight, I can assure you. There's a lot of weekends of work going that nobody gets to see in between every event. But yeah, it's a cool car. This little BMW here was the last one for today, so the 10th car that we've done. We've done a mix of all sorts really. 401 horsepower, 140i, very nice. Cheap power that, very cheap power. So yeah, that's the end of the day. We've had a lot of stuff in here today, a lot of people. A couple hundred people I think in total have been around here today, so most people are gone or going. Some of the off-road trucks just loading up. This one's staying with us, some work in the week. Ignore them. And then the lads are just locking up the show trailer. Kind of use that as an office. We normally use that as a you know, at the shows, somewhere to trade, and yeah. So lads are bringing cars in. And Jace. Yeah, not. Yeah, I was going to say. I was going to say, but I didn't want to come across as being a bit cocky, right? But I've not seen you either all day, mate.
No, flat out.
So,
like a lizard drinking.
Like a lizard drinking. So, if you don't see this man on the channel very often, his name's Jace. He mans the phones. He packs parcels.
I manage the place.
You manage the place. yeah, I guess that was the first, do I say annual? We'll see. Is there another one next year? We'll see. Give us a bit of feedback if you came today. Let us know what you thought. This is Sam. So yeah, let us know what you thought. And if you're watching the video and you didn't come today, why didn't you come? Do you wish you'd come over? And will you be coming if there's a number 2 meeting next year? So overall, good time, still people hanging about. So, shall we leave it at that? What video will be next on the channel? Not sure. After this one, not sure. We've still got lots of videos that have been edited that are ready to go out, so we've got a healthy amount of videos to go out. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody that came today. I've spoken to so many people that have known names but not had a face to go with a name, or a car and a whatever to go with a name, and a face of the name of the car and everything. So yeah, we'll end that at that. Hello, Cadwell. We'll end the video at that. So thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody that came, even the spud van. I had a spud today. So right, see you next time.